Alrighty, this is writing an equation in slope-intercept form. So the slope-intercept form looks like y equals mx plus b, where m is the slope, and in the past videos we've learned how to find the slope, and b is the y-intercept. Again, that would be where the graphed line crosses the y line, so it intercepts the y line, or when x equals 0. So let's move on to some examples of how we would need to write slope-intercept form. These first few are going to be pretty easy. So write the equation of a line that has a slope of 3 and a y-intercept of 4. So just a reminder that our equation is in the format of y equals mx plus b. And so if it has a slope of 3, that means that our m is going to be equal to 3. And if it has a y-intercept of 4, that means that we're going to have b equals 4. Before you eat your dessert, you should eat your dinner. All right, so all we have to do is we're going to keep the y and the x, and we're going to plug in 3 for the slope, which is m, and 4 for the y-intercept, which is b. So in this case, we would end up with y equals 3x plus 4. So notice how we kept the y and the x, and that would be the exact equation of that line. Let's move on to another example that is just like that. Write the equation of a line that passes through 0, -2, and has a slope of 2/5. So there's a couple things going on here. We know that there's a point at 0, -2, and because x is equal to 0, we know that that must be where our y-intercept is. So our y-intercept, which in this case is b, is going to be equal to -2, and our slope, which is m, is going to be equal to 2/5. Now remember that when it comes to slope, we keep it in a fraction, so we're going to leave it just as 2/5. So we're going to have y is equal to mx plus b. And so let's just rewrite this where y is equal to, that's the worst y I've ever seen, y is equal to m, which is our slope, which is 2/5. So I have 2/5 x. Now in this case, we would have plus -2. And we know that plus a negative means to subtract. So we could rewrite this as y equals 2/5 x minus 2. And that would be the equation of that line.